This is my 2004 Renault Scenic. It's the 1616 valve, and I've had it for about 3.5 years. You can see I've tried to do little modifications here and there where the parts have been too expensive from the dealer, but the car's in fairly good condition. And that is my car. Now, as with all cars that are 10 years old, we're now at 2015, so it's going on 11 years old, there are problems. And there I've made my list of what the problems are. And some of them I will have to get parts from the dealer, but some of them I'm going to try and do myself. So watch this video, watch this space, and we will hopefully document all of this stuff so that others can learn how to do this. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do on my list, you remember my list from the last time, is the key cards. Now, I've had a problem with my key cards. I've got 2 of them, and if you are familiar with this, you will know that they give problems. This one can start the car, but if I put a battery in it, you see the battery is not in here. Let's try and pull it out. If you see, I don't have a battery. Oh, that's the one I had. This one, the battery is flat. But this one, what it does is it can start the car, but if I put a good battery in there and I just give it a bit of a shake, then it unlocks my car, which is a bit of a problem, especially when I'm walking away from the car, because then it unlocks and I don't know about it. As you can see, this one I've opened already to try and sort it out. I haven't found the problem for that one yet. This one won't start the car. It tells me card not detected, but it does open the doors. So that one opens the doors, that one starts the car. So we're going to, you can see this one I've opened, and that is how it looks when it's opened. This card comes out. It looks like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this one. This one's still sealed. Put the battery that side. And I'll open this one and show you how that's done. And hopefully, and then we're going to fix this one. And hopefully we're going to fix this one as well. What we'll need for this is a knife, a lot of patience, and once you've got it open, you'll need some solder, and you'll need a soldering knife. So let's get cracking on this. I'm going to start cutting this one open, and I'll do it little bits at a time because it's quite difficult to hold the camera and cut this thing open. So I'll be back. Okay, I've started splitting this one. Now you can see what you do. It's not as easy as it looks. Well, it's not as difficult as it looks, I suppose. But you're going to take your knife and very carefully you're going to cut all along this seam over here. Now this part is quite easy. From there all the way along there round to there is easy. This part over here is a little bit more difficult, and I'll show you why. If you look at the one that I've opened, let me stand up so we get a better angle. This is where your battery sits. Now you've got to cut that piece over there and that piece over there, which means that you run danger. Let's put this in here like that. when you're cutting, you've got to make your blade quite long, and that's why a carpet knife works well. But you've got to cut in there, and you've got to cut down there. And then to make matters even worse, if you zoom in a little bit, you see there's where your terminals sit. Now what they do is they put little bits of plastic over that, so you run the risk of actually snapping these off. So you have to be very careful. I'm going to continue with this one, and hopefully I won't do more damage than is necessary. I have seen some people where they open these things and they just cut around the edge and then straight across here. So they cut across there, obviously on this cover. So then this piece stays on there like that, and they just expose that part. The problem with that is if you need to get it out properly and half of the thing is still on there, you can't get the PC board out to solder on the back. So I'm going to carry on with this one, and I'll be right back. Okay, there I have it open. You can see there I had to cut all along there, I had to cut down there, and the only way to do that is to very carefully cut down. The problem that you have when you cut along this line over here is you have to be very careful not to damage this little coil, because that is the part. The next part, if you look very carefully, let me stand where I can see a bit better, you'll see the plastic goes over those two brass connections over there, so which we've got to cut those off so that we can free the PC board from the, like that. So we just got to cut that off, and then we're ready to go. Okay, it's free. There you can see, you can see where I cut just those two little pillars. And let's put that one side, and the big reveal. Let's see what is going on over here. Now if you look very carefully, you'll see where the problem is. Let's get it to focus. Focus, come now, focus. Let me use my blade. You'll see there that, try and hold this here. See there? That's the problem. That is why the card is not being detected. Now, I'm just hoping that I haven't damaged this thing while I was cutting, because I see there's a little mark on the coil behind there. But what we're going to do is we are going to resolder that, and then just for good measure we'll go over the rest of the board and just make sure that there's nothing else that needs to be resoldered. So I'm going to fire up the old soldering iron, that one over there. As soon as it's hot, then we will get back into this. Okay, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. This little coil over here, when I was busy cutting the plastic around, it seems my blade went in over here, and you can't really see it, but it's damaged. I actually cut the coil. That's what happens when you have failing eyesight and you get too enthusiastic. So as I was cutting over here, you can see there's the indentation for the coil, and my blade went in there a little bit too far, and it damaged the coil. Now the video on this phone is not that great, so you can't really see it, and I had to use a magnifying glass to see it. But anyway, so plan B, take the coil from there and put it in there, because this one over here, this one just opens the doors by itself, and I honestly don't know why it does that, but yeah, that's the problem. Starts the car, but if you just take it and you shake it like that, then it opens the doors. So this is really bad. Really, 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 really bad. Okie dokes. So I'm going to do the little swap and hopefully get this thing going, because I don't know what's faulty on this one. Alright, what I've done is I haven't swapped it yet, but I've gone and I've resoldered the buttons, and I just want to see if that is going to solve my problem. So let's do it this way. Let's get this there. I'm just doing this to hold everything together. Push the battery in, and the key actually makes a wonderful way of holding the whole thing together because it clips nicely. So let's have a look-see. Oh, right, and let's... Oh no, it doesn't work at all. Maybe I got the wrong battery. Maybe that's the bum battery. Let's take that one. There it clicked. As soon as I put this battery in, the car unlocked. So if I go, this is lock. This one doesn't work either. Okay, back to the drawing board. Alright, so now I've put the good battery in, and I'm not pushing any buttons, and you will, well, if I push a button, let's go, yeah, that's open, that's lock, that's the boot. But now, you see there, I just got to, that's a problem. That's a problem that I don't like having, because essentially what happens is when I walk away from my car, then my car unlocks. Yeah, it's still busy going. So let's pull the battery. Let's pull this thing out again. Okay, that battery there is the bad one. This is the good one. So what could it be? What on this little circuit board is creating my problem? Any suggestions? tell you what, I'm going to post this video as is, and then in the meantime I'm going to swap the coils, and that's easy. It's just 3 little tabs that have to be resoldered. But I'm going to take this coil and put it on the good board, because there's something on this board that is creating issues for me. If anybody in YouTube land knows what it is, how to solve this problem, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much. Okay, there's the faulty board. There's the coil that I accidentally crushed in my enthusiasm to get things going. So I've put the 2 good parts together, and if you go to the car now and we shake, nothing happens. We push the button, you can hear it clicking. It's doing what it should be doing. And let's put it in, and there we go. It works. Wonderful. And just so you can see how hot it is in Africa today, 30 degrees. It's a scorcher. It's New Year's Day, and that's how we celebrate. That's the kind of weather we have here. So if anybody has a solution for that other problem, that will be great. Thank you very much. Bye bye.